hello. Didn't see you there.
Gay.
So guys, basically, lately I've been thinking, we're going back to school soon, and I got into this, onto the topic of, is school actually worth it? Because I started weighing it up in my head, and thinking about the countless hours I've spent just wasting away in a class. And honestly, I've spent about 300 hours in a modern languages class. I only know about 10 foreign, 20 foreign words, and that's the typical ones you know from a child, hola, bonjour, that, you know that from a child, so you didn't really learn that in school, to be honest. And it's just a load of BS, to be honest. It's just not worth it. I'm not just talking about Spanish alone, I'm not French. Oh no. So all the subjects basically, biology, in fact all the sciences, music, tech graphics, computing, business. I think that's all of them. Spanish, modern languages, basically, that's all of them. These are all pretty pointless, and I'm going to get into why. Basically, my problem with the schooling system at the moment is, until you get to about 16, 17, you can't really specialise in a subject, and for the majority of your schooling time, you've just been taught a broad range of things, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong, up until a certain point. So basically, when you turn 13 or 14, I believe, you should then start to be picking, you go for a year of tests, special subjects. So you go for when you're 13, you go for 1 year of all them, everything like biology, science, tech, music, all that, modern language, you go for all of them for 1 year only, and you pick the one you want to, have a career in, basically. And then that becomes your specialist subject. So you still go to maths and English for 1 hour, 1.5 hours each, day. But then you'd also go to your special subject for 1.5 hours each day to 2 hours, depending on what you want to do, how long you have to have the school day. So then you have, and so when you turn 20 or 18 and you're leaving school, you have already specialised in a subject. It almost wipes out the need to go to university instantly, maybe for a year. You wouldn't have to go to university for as long as you usually have to, because you would have learned a lot already. You haven't learned all this useless subjects that you've already learned. You now have one solid subject that you're good at, and when you're specialised at a subject, specialised workers always get paid more, whatever it is. The more specialised it is, the more hard it is to learn, the more you get paid. It's just simple as that. And the easier it is to get it, the easier it is to get workers for it, so the lower they pay. So it's kind of a simple system. It's really simple, to be honest. But at the moment, I've just got to the point where we've slightly went onto the specialist subject system. It's still nowhere near what I want it to be. So basically, we spent 3 years on all them subjects, and I have learned not a lot from them, to be honest. Nothing that would help me in later life, to be honest. Just it's facts that if you saw it in a quiz show, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's that. But nothing amazing that would really help you. Which is 3 years. That's an epidemic almost. 3 years and hardly learning anything that really benefits you. I've learnt stuff, don't get me wrong, I've learnt stuff, but a lot of it comes under the category of not important, not beneficial to a CV, it's things you put in your CV and it's you just look past it wow. To be honest, I think having been able to live stream to people and being able to have a community around your YouTube channel is more important than having a degree in biology, for example. You can cut open a heart. Oh, mind the French. That's not even French. See how much I've learned from French. Jesus Christ. But basically, cutting open a heart is just not. It's not useful. Unless biology is your special subject, it's not useful. So you shouldn't have to go through it if that's not your special subject. For me personally, my special subject would be business management, because I want to have my own business when I'm older. I'm a YouTuber. I'm very creative. I think I would have the potential to start my own business. I have the ideas. I have knowledge of it because I'm quite good at business management. I research it in my own time, and yeah, I'm above average at it, and I hope that's my career. So basically, that's what I want to do. I've had to go through 3 years of just doing absolute random nonsense. It's just wasted time. It could be going into better things. Honestly, 100% could go into better things. I'm not just saying that because, oh, school sucks, I'm trying to be a rebel. No, I'm not trying to be cool, I'm not trying to be whatever you think I'm trying to be, I'm not. I'm just trying to put out my point and my opinion that I think is really valid, and I think I'm giving good reasons. Maybe you can back me up in the comments, or tell me why it's not a valid reason, why it wouldn't work, in the comment section below. The way I'd have it, so like I said before, maths, English, and then your special subject. So you do your special subject for about 3 years. So 2 hours a day for 3 years, you are bound to become a specialist at your subject. And then before you say, oh, if everyone's doing like a specialist subject of their choice, obviously there's going to be saturation in the market for them. Well, I'm talking about Scotland personally. If only Scotland implemented this system, you'd have about 1 million or 600,000 school kids each year, or whatever it is. I don't know how many school kids are in Scotland, roughly about that maybe, all becoming specialists in that subject. And of course the market is going to get a bit saturated, but you could then, that gives you an opportunity to go over to America, or go over to Spain, or go over anywhere you want in the world, because you're now a specialist in this subject, and the places around the world are not changing to this system. So now you have got a massive influx in skilled workers, and now the non-skilled workers are going really down. You'll still get them because they're always delinquent and always people that think they're cooler than they really are. Just don't try, and just they're the people that you see at McDonald's at age 45. So like, don't worry about them guys. If you are like hardworking, you won't be one of them in this system, like guaranteed. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that point. The main counter argument for this like system that I'm trying to like develop is basically people will come out and say, oh, in this, like, I think it's called broad general education or something, where you just basically learn a load of subjects but never become a master of them, unless you do go to university. Then there's no point in having something to fall back on, because then you have to go back to university for another 4 years or 3 years in this system that we currently have. That just isn't like, it's just so like, it's so much waste of time and waste of money really. Like university of 3 years, that's like 15 grand right there, maybe even more. And to say if that doesn't work out, you've then got something to fall back on. Yeah, you've got something to fall back on. It's a minor degree. You've got a basic understanding of a subject that you wouldn't have under my system. But it's a load of nonsense, because you're then 30 grand in debt. You're going back to university for another 4 years. You're about 24 when you come out, and you're 24, 25, 26 coming out of university with this new degree. When someone has became someone has studied this from a younger age, who's became specialised and came through, got a university degree at the age of 20, 21, 22, they're much younger, and basically they're more likely to get employed than you, just because you have that past previous of failing, whereas this person's came up and have been 100%. They're just a safer bet, to be honest. So that's why I feel like the broad general education doesn't really work, because their only backup is, oh, you have something to fall back on. The thing you fall back on is it's like falling out of a plane and landing on like a carpet. That's the fallback protection you have if you go with broad general education, which is just waste of time. So you basically got to 16, 17, you're leaving school, and you have to go to university to become a specialist. Whereas in my system, you're 16, 17, you are bloody brilliant in this subject. You know a lot. You're better than half the workers in like the other parts of the world, because you have specialised. And now basically you can go to university for a year. That's all you'd have to do basically, because you've spent so much time in a subject. You know a lot about it already, and even you can actually even then become even smarter than like the smartest in the system, if you get what I'm saying, because you are then learning more and more. And that's how I believe you could advance like civilizations and advance technologies, if you start having specialist people at a younger age, so then they can build on that from a younger age. And it's like you're getting a head start on people, so technology is going to improve a lot faster. I just feel like the system works off so much better, and like it is just so much better, in my opinion. Obviously, leave your guys' opinion down below. I've been RiseTax. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's not even a rant video. I was going to call it a rant video, but it's just not. It's just my thoughts and opinions, and I feel like I've gave like a valid reason to why I think this system should be implemented. But it just won't ever get implemented, because the government's the government is a joke. I'm not going to get into the government, but I just think Alex Salmond, whatever her name is, I don't even care to learn her name, because I just think she's an absolute scumbag. Like, they're trying to like force another referendum. Just before I get angry, I'm just going to go, guys. I've been RiseTax. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. And by the way, I will have a funnier video like tomorrow or tonight, whenever I upload. This was just a serious one, because I just thought I'd do this. I thought I'd change it up a little bit, give my thoughts and opinions. But anyway guys, see you guys in the next video. Peace.